I'm a little tardy today. I had a meeting last minute at the job, so I had to do a lot of things really quick to get on. But I'm so glad you all waited because I am so excited to have my wonderful special guest on today to talk about all about personal branding and professional branding because it's so needed. Now, I want this to be a conversation, a heads up for both business owners, side giggers, side hustlers, as well as career professionals, because her points are going to resonate with all of you all and how to make sure that your brand is on point. And I can say, as a true testament to her skill set, I hired her as my coach and I was able to pitch myself and get published in a magazine. This girl is spot on. She is bad. Okay, so all of that, I'll bring her on in a little bit. But for those of you all who don't know me, say, who is this woman with this old curly natural hair? Yeah, I got to kind of fluff it out. I am Nickquolette Barrett, also known as the Get Hired Strategist. And I help you land a job of your dreams with up to $350,000. Yes, I can do that. My focus is mostly on senior level executives who are trying to get that C-suite opportunity. But hey, I help all you all as well. If you're executive minded, even though you have a little ways to go, Iroc can help you get there. So go out and visit our new website. It is so cool, y'all. irocresumes.com. Take a look at it. And I'm going to talk about our career assessment that we have now that's in partnership with Neo Vision. It is a spot-on career assessment, 60 seconds. That's all it takes for you to actually take the career assessment. It's only $25, and it gives you the full report, 10 pages that will tell you all about yourself. I've had clients take it, and they are blown away that a 60-second career assessment can really tell them everything they need to know about who they are, where they prefer to work, and everything. And guess what? And Neo Vision said, well, we have a sample of the assessment that we can put on the website. I said, well, I want mine to be on there. That way you can get to know who I am. He said, that's a great idea. So my career assessment is out there so you can know in the inner workings and the mindset of who I am as a executive career professional. So professional coach. So I'm so excited to be able to talk about that because I really encourage you all to do that. And it not only allows you to see who you are, it's allowing Iroc to write more impactful career documents for you, which would land into when we talk about professional and personal branding, will be more impactful for you and also give you an insight on how you should be looking for a job. So it is like the best thing since sliced bread, since Iroc became established years ago. So go out there and take that career assessment and try it for yourself and to get an idea or feel for what it's all about. Look at mine. If you scroll down to the middle of the page, you'll see it. But I'm going to go to a quick commercial and then I'm going to bring my girl Deidre back. Woo, woo. Okay, hold on. Okay. Y'all know I always got to dance, right? You're like, what? Okay, I'll be back. All right, and we are back. Yay!
Yay!
I'm gonna give you a virtual hug.
First of all, how do I follow you? You have so much energy. I'm not an energetic person, so I just want to bottle some of that.
Girl, if I could, I would be rich. I tell you, I don't know. I just get high off on life, and I love what I do, and I love having awesome, people like you on the show. I'm very honored to have you on because you, to me, are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this professional and personal branding that, Tammy and I fell in love with you. I thank Precious for introducing me to you, and you have been making your mark, sister, out there, and I'm so excited. Okay, let's say hello to our people first. I'm going to let you tell who you are. We got Nairobi. That is my ride or die. Nairobi is always with me. Hey, girl. We got Karen. Hey, Karen. I look forward to talking to you on Monday. You know Monday is a holiday, right, Karen? Is it Monday? The 6th we talking? Okay, so we're going to talk. Okay,
Wow.
right. And here's Precious. Hey, she said, hey, lady. And we got Norman. Hi, Norman. How are you? So glad to have you. Thank you. He said both are lovely. Thank you so much for being here on the YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is growing, you all. Go out there and look at over 100 plus videos that I have out there. And not only watch them, like, subscribe, and share. And with this broadcast today, please share the broadcast for your people too. All right, let's see. Hey, Auntie. And Kara said, oops, girl, that's okay. I'll talk to you. We good. Let's see. This is going to be a powerful presentation. So buckle up and say, oh, okay, yeah, we can. Okay, we'll talk about it, Karen. And hey, Ron, that's my break room ride or die. Hey, Ron, glad to have you. Okay, so let me stop talking. So come on, Deidre, give us your bio before we get into this topic. Tell the world who you are, because the world needs to know who you are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the introduction. I am Deidre Wright. I am a CEO of Strategic Stories. I'm a former InsurTech advisor, former award-winning insurance executive. So I come from corporate, graduate from corporate, and I help executives and entrepreneurs brand themselves as seen and sought after leaders so they can grow their income, their careers, and their visibility. And that's what it's all about. So I've helped people cross industries. And the idea is how can we self-promote soulfully so people can connect us to our dream opportunities?
Oh, I love that. I really love that. Now, when you say strategic stories, where did that come from? Because I love that whole branding for yourself. Where did that come from? How did that come to you?
That is so funny. I never told this story, but like when I just knew I wanted to give myself a business for like one of my birthdays. So I had the birthday. I was like, I'm gonna have a business. I'm like, what am I gonna name it? And so like, one thing I did a personal brand assessment, an audit years ago, and some key things I was told I was good at: problem solving and storytelling. So I was like, strategic stories, like, problem solving stories is what I give to the world.
Oh, and see, you hear out there side giggers and all that kind of good stuff. Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? Because, you never really think about those, how what you do lines up, just because like the fact that I always used to have people sit by me when I'm helping them develop their, career marketing documents. I would say, sit by me. I'm going to rock this out. Just talk to me. And that's where Iroc came in. It used to be Rockstar Resume Services, but found out somebody had that name. So I had to think about it. And I said, Lord, help me, after I had a meltdown with my husband. He said, just go pray about it. And I said, that's what pastors do. Just go pray about everything. So yeah, I said, okay, I'm going to do that. So I prayed about it, and the Lord dropped in my spirit, Iroc, because I felt that, yes, I do rock resumes, and that's what I love to do, and it just kind of stuck. So I said I wanted to go ahead and ask that question. Now let's get into your career trajectory. So walk us through, what did you do and how did you lead up to this? Now I know the career assessment was the pivoting point for you, but what was your career like, and why were you interested in doing your own thing? What led you to have the entrepreneur bug?
Yeah. Great question. So, I just thought I was going to follow the American dream. I'm a millennial, go to college, get a corporate job, retire, get a golden watch. That's what I thought it was going to be. Well, that's not the situation. So obviously, we're in the middle of the recession. And so I went to Spelman College studying sociology and anthropology because I cared about cultures and environments. Additionally, I was an Inroads intern. So for 4 summers, I actually interned at Kaiser Permanente at the Division of Research, figuring out different ways to improve diabetes and solve for that. And then when I graduated, got a full-time position working for them on a cancer study, figuring out why girls start puberty early and long-term who's going to get breast cancer. Because in the Bay Area, Marin County, we have one of the highest rates of breast cancer in the world. So figuring out why that is. And even though talk about problem solving and storytelling, even though I loved figuring out how to better society through data, what I didn't like is the fact that to get the information to the people who need it, it was so many barriers. Like most of the science information is published in scholarly journals, which like 15 different pages, really big words. I'm like, the hood ain't reading this. The suburbs ain't reading this. We got to figure out ways to help people get the information they need to protect their lives and better their lives. And so actually while working that job, I started as an apprentice at a marketing consulting firm. So I worked 4 days at Kaiser, 2 days I worked for him, learning how to help small businesses amplify their social media presence. So I was doing that on the side. And then when I got married and I relocated to Atlanta, I worked for McKesson. So I worked in their marketing department.
Nice.
Create marketing materials and registration websites for their sales events for our internal teams. Well, that contract ended, and then I birthed a baby, and so I was at a pause in my career. Yes. And I love what I was doing, but unfortunately, that department had layoffs, so I couldn't even go back as a contractor. So I was like, "Wow, what am I gonna do?" And I thought about this, like, hey, my mom is balling. What does she do again? So I was like, Mom, you pay for 2 of your daughters to go to college. You seem like you like your job. What do you do? She's like, risk management. I was like, what is that? Like, for all the years I've been alive, I've never been able to articulate what you do. And so from that, I realized, oh, wow, I can actually help people strategically tell stories from a brokerage perspective. Why my clients a good risk? What's the market conditions? Why you should give them a good rate or coverage? And so I became a commercial insurance broker at Aon. And then we moved on to Marsh, and where I got to work on big tech companies and household names. But during my experience, I realized there was a lack of inclusion and diversity. So I started volunteering, doing work, and leveraging social media to tell the stories of what's the purpose of this. And I got to work on Marsh and Naya, our 2 companies. They had a research study figuring out the experience of Black professionals in insurance. And so I got to be a part of that. And I leveraged LinkedIn to recruit most of the actual participants, over 300 people, by creating a story, advertising, and I actually went viral with 22,000 views, and I got your executives involved. And so I knew I had a gift for the gab. It's like, how do I pair solving problems, which at that point was a lack of inclusion, with communicating it? And I also got to speak at events. I spoke at Business Insurance, one of their Women to Watch conference. And I talked about the lack of inclusion, how we need the new generation to be more inclusive. And the CEO at the time enjoyed what I said so much that he actually recruited me to head the Diversity Inclusion Institute at that organization, where I've done a lot of amazing things. And the biggest takeaway, like I said, I launched a diversity scholarship from scratch. I launched a research study studying different workplace inclusion practices and how we can make the industry more better. And literally and hosted like over 40 events and conferences. And the thing about that was a key takeaway. I would interface with HR leaders and diversity leaders, and they often say, we cannot find diverse talent. And I was like, how is that so?
Yes.
And so that's when the idea came to me, because the pair between that information and people requesting me to mentor them, and I just didn't have the capacity. I'm like, maybe I can teach people how to build personal brands, because that's what I found was a method. If a minority people talent can brand themselves, they'll get more recognition. And that's one way to get their pipeline of talent, is through not just the capabilities. We had the visibility. And so I started my side hustle as a way to help people on how to use their personal brands to tell their stories and to get what they want out of their career or life. So that's kind of how I went that route.
I love that story.
To diversity, and that's how I got here.
Oh my gosh. And to think your whole trajectory, I'm just like wowed by that. Now let's go back pre-career. What is one thing you wish you had have known prior to starting your career overall?
Like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. I just feel like
go ahead, girl, say it.
And I probably should say that because I'm from the Bay Area, so I know a lot of people were honestly part of the Jim Jones movement, lost their lives. But I say that because really, like, there's no one way to be successful. I thought if I go to college, I'm gonna have a job, I'll be settled. It's not that easy. And so I just say that because you can have a job. The best thing you can do is protect and promote your own brand and learn as much as you can, because no one's responsible for your career success but you. So I think that was a key thing I had to learn from myself. Like, no one's going to save me but myself. So I got to figure out, how do I get the best toolkits so that I can get where I want in life?
And you know what? You're so spot on, because I had that exact conversation maybe about an hour ago. And because I've taught one of my clients that language, she used it with another potential client that she's sending my way, because she said, you can't rely on anyone else to get where you want to get, because you have to take control of your own career. And guess what? It's going to take an investment, right? Now, would you agree with that? Because sometimes we can look at all the YouTube channel videos we want. We can go to all of the free seminars that we want. But really, to get to the crux of who you are individually is going to take an investment. So speak to that as far as investing in your personal and professional brand.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to be raised by a strong role model. My mom always taught me to invest in myself, and my father did too. Like they've invested in different ways to grow their career and grow their technical skills and their personal brands too. So I say that because literally I was around that, and I think I get more appreciation now, you know. And so I would tell people, it's not always going to be. You're going to trade something for what you want. It could be time, money, energy, but it's going to be some trade. You got to negotiate. What is your values? What do you want? Because the thing is, if you don't have the exchange, you're not going to get where you want. So like I said, okay, so you're going to you don't exchange money? Cool. How many hours are you willing to put in the work to learn it yourself versus trade some money and faster? And so that either way, now you got to figure out, if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to have to invest something in it, whether that's my time. Also, like, hey, public speaking is my time. I have to invest my time. If I'm too busy to do stuff, well, sorry, not going to be seen, heard, and valued. So I think the whole key part is identifying what you want and figuring what you're comfortable investing. And I just think those who do not invest at all, they're going to have to eventually realize they're not going to get where they want in life and understand the consequences of that. Don't be mad if you're not where you want because you didn't put the work. Invest in coaches, invest in mentors, invest in your time. And really, to me, it's a way for self-love. Like, I love myself enough to invest in the best resources and make myself whole, whether that's mental health, career health, whatever kind of health you need to do, physical health, but get the resources you need to invest to be your best yourself.
And I love that you said that, because a lot of times what I've been actually talking more here of late is I use kind of like a formula. So if you are looking for $100,000 a year job, look at 1 to 2% of that income to invest in yourself on a yearly basis. Even if you have to start in January and start saving up to that so you can be ready for the next January, it's going to be the best investment in yourself. And people are like, you know what? I never thought about that, because what we think about when we say investing in us as a personal, it's something that's non-tangible, right? But people think of investing in stocks and bonds that will potentially give you a return on your investment, because that's not even guaranteed. But you're a sure bet, and you can guarantee your success by putting in the investment into you. Right? Yeah. Sometimes we kind of think of it as, no, I don't want to spend that money. They look at the actual dollar sign, but they don't understand what the return is. So for you, can you speak to that return on investment and what has happened with your clients?
Yeah. Okay. Well, for example, we talk about you, like, one be published. And the thing is, you're a smart, intelligent lady. You could take the time to Google everything, but you're like, I want to figure out a more successful, strategic way to do it. So we put it together, a plan, and what happened? You got published. Yes. Because it's like, it's not impossible to take the long route, but to me, is it worth your time? Because you're busy, we're doing things. Other return on investments. I work with a number of women of color actually during this pandemic, and they've got over 7 job offers between all of them, and some people got pay increases up to 21%. So when we talked about the return on their investment for what does it take for me to audit my personal brand, audit my skills, rebrand my profession so that people can see me as a sought after leader, network with the right people and get the job or get the opportunities I want, that takes time. But it's like, do you want the shorter route? Okay, let's go through my framework and work through that and get there. I help other client position herself as a thought leader in the social emotional learning and equity space, and she got quoted in the New York Times. So it's just all depends on what your goals are. Think about, it's funny because I by no means am I a recruiter, but think about talent. Even one of my clients, when I met her, she was backpacking around Brazil, and then the pandemic happened, and she's like, "Oh snap! I need to come back home." And like, she had been out of work for 10 months. She had a job that she was doing for 10 years, but she wanted to change, so she quit it and thought, "I'll just backpack." Well, pandemic happened. She needed to get a job. She was out of a job for 10 months, but we worked together, help position and research her brand, because she's like, "I want to work in tech. I want to work in the wine industry." And I'm like, okay, you're right now in the automobile rental car space. Not at all those industries, but let's rebrand your transferable skills and figure out a networking strategy to get you in front of the right people. Well, not only did she get a tech job, a tech freight line job, but also she got a sales job within as a consultant in the wine industry. So anything is possible with a plan. But if we had that plan,
you just said it. Somebody hashtag in the comments, please. That is it. You just said it. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah,
Because your plan is powerful.
We called them like you manifested with a plan. People talk about the woo woo. So woo, I believe in a higher power. I believe things are happening, but you gotta. It's like faith in action. Let's see the action to make the faith happen. And so for that, I was just really happy. So it shows up differently for different people, but ultimately, my clients feel seen, heard, and valued, and that's all I want from them.
Right. And for me, when you worked with me to get that clear, because sometimes, even though I am an experienced corporate professional, corporate leader, and even a business owner, I still needed help and really identifying and streamlining, because I figure I can talk about anything. But you helped me with your framework to develop what I really need to be speaking on. And even with that pitch, I took that pitch, boy, I sent it off and forgot about it. Because Deidre, I forgot about it. And all of a sudden I'm getting, quoted and asked to write a whole full article. But guess what that lends itself to now? Now it's branded on my website, because now I am as seen as, and that is powerful because it increases my credibility, and that lives on the internet forever. So when you talk about those types of things, you got to look back on, okay, when I make this investment, what do I expect to get out? And be very clear about what you want and see it manifest yourself. But somebody put it in there. All right, anything is possible with a plan. There we go. Hashtag. Look, person even hashtag it. I'm telling you, it is so true. And you have to have somebody who can step outside of you, because all that stuff was, you remember how I was brained up. I was like, girl, I don't know. And then Tammy is over here trying to control me too, because I just had so much. But you really took all my stuff and put it in a plan. And that's what I loved about that, because then I can see vividly on how to promote myself and to be able to use it over and over and over again, because the investment was one time, but the return, I can use that forever. And when I need to go to the next level, I'll be back, girl.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing I try to set people up for. It's like, hey, I give you the tools so that you have your own framework, your own templates, that you can use it forever. Like, obviously, I'm here to partner with you as you have new goals, new aspirations, but I don't like this whole dependency coaching. I feel like is the whole thing of, you need me. It's like, no, you have the answers within yourself. I will help position you to get there. But a lot of times it's been interesting, like from my experience, I meet so many amazing people. They still have the confidence to show, like, hey, you need to show yourself as you really are. And I think about one, because obviously, like I said, it's tangible with the money, with the titles, with the jobs, but like other ways. Because part of my process for those who go through my personal branding coaching program, I do a personal brand audit. Yeah. And I was like, hey, you got to do an audit and feedback if you really want to revamp your whole personal brand. And one of my clients was like, I'm afraid to do that. I'm like, gosh, it's been 10 years since I asked for feedback about myself. I'm afraid I might get rejected or hear bad things. So I was like, you have to do this.
You do.
Data.
To stay relevant.
You need data to figure out what's working, what's not working, what you should be exploiting more. And guess what? Yes, part of the feedback, was about self-improvement in certain areas, but it was so much good feedback. I'm like, did you really wait a decade to realize how brilliant you are? Was that worth it? Wow. So part of this is we're trying to invest in her time. She was in her head thinking, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, people think I'm bad. But it's like, clearly everyone adores you. So how long are you going to deny yourself of your brilliance and your spotlight? Let's not do that.
Oh, gosh, that is powerful in itself, because sometimes we're afraid of not only thinking that it's going to be bad, but it's also the imposter syndrome. They don't realize that they're just that good.
Hello.
Yep. Like, man, what in the world?
Yeah, everyone says you're so, and I just tell people this. It's like, we're so afraid of, and I just wrote a post about this. We're so afraid of reflecting on the past. We got to do that. What worked, what didn't work, what do we want to purge and leave alone in the past? Because sometimes as we elevate, we got to let things go. Certain language, certain looks, certain behaviors, and that's just what we think about. Like, if I want to go to the next level, what is the investment? What am I worth? Am I worth this? Ooh. Yes. Well, then put in the work to be at the level and at the leadership status that you think you deserve, because others won't see our value. And if we don't see our value, we're in a worse position, because they're denying us of that, and then we're denying ourselves of it. No, we got to know our worth, own our worth, and do everything we can to make sure we secure our worth in the workplace.
And then articulate it verbally, because sometimes we just don't even know how to verbalize it. I just texted a friend today. I said, you make sure you stand your ground and on the salary negotiations that she's going through right now. I said, stand your ground and support it on why you deserve it. And I just say, I just want, no, why do you deserve it? Bring back to their remembrance of things that you presented in the actual interview and then some, and have a backup number, because you need to be able to articulate why I'm worth it because of X, Y, and Z and doing your research. And what I find, I don't know if this is true for you as well, Deidre, I find that, you can tell people and try to show people, but it's really up to them to actually do the work. And that's what it seems like that even with this client that you just recently have. Do you find that people are resistant to actually do the work?
Yeah, people are resistant to what they need. It's funny because it's like, I have a coach and mentor told me, it's like, think about the mentality. You're making decisions. You want to get to the next level based on the mentality you had before. Well, you're not going to get there that way. What you have to do is elevate your thinking and mindset to be like, you know what? If I'm resisting, this probably is the answer. And I know it's like, what am I resisting for? And I'm resisting because it's danger, or am I resisting because it's challenging my mindset that maybe I'm worth more? And maybe step up my mindset to reflect that. Maybe
exactly
reflect my actions with that. Maybe that means is I need to actually articulate my value more and believe in myself. And if that's the case, so I think the resistance, and I have to always, when I do have clients with the challenges, like, what do you really want? Because I have a 4-step framework and I do it for a reason. And it's literally clarity, define success on your terms. 2 is credibility, communicate your value confidently. 3 is network, find your success supporters. And 4, brand, which is build your VIP reputation. So branding is the last darn thing I do with people, even with us.
Because what do you brand if you don't even know who the heck they are, or they don't know who they are?
Or what they want.
Yep.
So I'm like, you want to speak about what? You want to get a job for what purpose? You know what I'm saying? You want these things, but let's get back to the root of it, because if you don't know what your strategy is, we can't brand you around that, because strategic story is the strategy. So you're doing these things for what purpose? Because people like, do I have to be on social media all the time? No, but you got to be where your ideal audience or network is. So my thing is, if you're more of an introvert, I think social media is great because you get to talk less to people,
Right. Exactly right.
But you're extrovert, then get more. I mean, you can't do in person right now. Do more virtual Zoom coffee dates. Do more things like that. But you're gonna have to figure out how to network strategically to meet people who can actually be the gatekeepers to your success. If you're not able to do that, that is the problem. But you have to understand what they want. How you can fill in the gap for them, and how you can sell them on that you're the solution to what their needs are, and connect that to your goals and desire. It's really soulful self-promotion, is really connecting yourself to people who need you. And I think that's all it's about. But people are afraid to do that for some reason. It's like, get out the fear and get to serving people.
Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. And I'm going to do a quick break right here too.
Okay.
This is awesome, y'all. If you all just joining us, I have the wonderful Deidre Wright on with talking from her business strategic strategies, talking about personal and branding for professionals. And she's also talking to side giggers, side hustlers, businesses as well, because she has helped me. She's my personal coach. I hired her to help me brand myself because I needed to get out in publications more. And her pitch worked for me. She can help you guys. And I also want to put a plug in for the show. Support the show by going to buymeacupofcoffee.com/Iroc. Those little $5 help put this show on and help keep me being able to do this thing. So support the show. When you have this great information, you can look at it over and over and over again. Support the show by going to buymeacupofcoffee.com/Iroc TV. Thank you so much in advance for your support. All right.
Can we just time out right there? Buy her a cup of coffee. And I say that because this is a well-produced show. Obviously invest in yourself at a different level if you can get one-on-one coaching or service. But even the value of this, investing the time in watching a show like this to educate yourself is worthy. And talking about monetizing your personal brand, you have tools like this. Buy me a coffee. Yeah. You don't have to always do things for free. Yes, we could do some things for free if we want to, but there's ways to monetize your natural born skills that you have right there by just figuring out these different tools and resources.
Yep. And it's only $5. You spend that at Starbucks. So $5, that's it. And I thank you all in advance, those who have already supported the show. I really appreciate it because it really does go to pay for the StreamYard and all that kind of stuff. And it's a lot of producing into this on the back end as well. So I thank you all in advance. Okay, let's talk about something else. Now, let's talk about what is the biggest failure that you've learned, or failure, as I should rephrase it, and what did you learn from it? And you could talk from your career or even your business.
Yeah, I mean, if I can be all the way real, honestly, I felt like it was a failure, honestly, when my job got eliminated. So I had a job beforehand. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that, like literally building programs from scratch, creating things with a lean budget. Like I literally was learning how to edit and film things and make videos when I didn't know how to do that. Like I was just doing everything. And of course, we had new leadership. And so part of the game is new leadership. They have new people who are the gatekeepers. That's just how it goes in corporate, you know? So and I took it as a personal failure at first, but really I say that God never gives me a setback without a come up. And I think God really, and I'm spiritual, God really leverages that opportunity. Like Deidre, explore entrepreneurship, explore new realms and different worlds and things like that. But at the time, I felt like a failure because I'm like, my biggest regret was not losing my job. My biggest regret was not taking vacation and going to Disney World with my son when I had the opportunity to. And so I never want to be in that position again. And so for me, it was a failure, but I was like, I think it was a life check. Like, what do you really want? What do you really can do? And then, you know, in the future, what do you want to change? So you don't live with regrets. You only live your desires and your dreams.
Oh, and that is so powerful, because that's one of the biggest problems in the US is that we don't take enough PTO. I will say I'm on PTO next week, and I've actually asked if I can have another week, because now next week is going to be a household project week. Now I said, well, I need a week for me. So I'm hoping to get another week, because I'm literally going to go away by myself just to decompress, be alone, and think on my next, because 2022 will be coming and I need to know what to do. And let me see, I'll say never gives a setback without a come up. I mean, isn't that powerful, Karen? And I know you can identify that, Karen, because we about to come you up, girl. We about to get there. I tell you, we about to come up big time, because you know those setbacks, you kind of step back and say and look at everything that you're doing, so you can think of what you need to do. Because, and I think I'm gonna change that question. I don't like that. I like to call it failure instead of a failure, because when you're falling forward, all you can do is push yourself up and then go forward on what you're going to do next. So I'm going to change that question. So yes,
I like the question, because I think it's very humbling when people are able to admit failure. It shows you more about the character like that. And I'm like a little nosy. I'm like, tell me about your failure, you know, or what your failure, because perception is all about your mindset. Because someone I failed with that, or I failed, I don't know, helping my kid learn how to walk. It's like, it's all perspective. So it's always interesting. Like, what do people think of a failure?
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Let me ask you another question. Now, what advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a career similar to the ones that you've had in the past, or even to pursue something as their dream job, as in the form of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is do your research. You know, my background's research, baby. You know, so I always go back to that. Like, Google is a friend, not an enemy. You know, people don't use it in critical think like they used to, but I just say that because start with understanding. Like, first you got to map out like I said, what do you want? What do I actually want? Because you might think it's only one route to success, but there's different kind of vehicles you can take. And so it's like, what do you want? Do you want a certain title, or do you want a certain amount of money? Well, you can do that with one job or multiple streams of income or different ways. Or, you know, I know one, for example, one of my clients says, I want to work in the beauty industry. I'm like, well, her background is sales. I'm like, can you do something where you do in sales consulting for beauty brands? Like, there's more than one way to skin the cat, basically. I love that. So it's like, really define what you want. What do you want to do? What kind of top 3 job responsibilities you want to have? You know, where do you want to work at as a company or industry? What kind of region, what salary range, or different benefits, and really clarify that first. And then when you do that, like, see what skills you currently possess to identify what can I transfer over here so I'm not starting from scratch. I believe in pivoting. So for example, I went from, you know, I was in healthcare, and then I started doing some marketing kind of stuff when I was at Kaiser, like working on community newsletters or whatever. And then I had my apprenticeship. Then I went to marketing, but I went to marketing and also another healthcare company. Then from there, I went to insurance, which, you know, was healthcare is insurance, whatever. And then risk management stuff. And so every time when I went to the next thing, it was connected. So when I worked in diversity inclusion, it was in insurance. So it's like, so it's like, I think the easiest route to figure out what can I use and pivot with my current skill set. And then from then figure out who do I need to meet with to help connect me to opportunities, whether it's for someone to give me an educational interview so I can know what to say or who to meet, meeting a hire manager, or just meeting different resources to figure out my best strategy. And once you go there, I would promote your thought leadership that's related to that area. So whether it's through LinkedIn or different social media or whatever, public speaking about the topic you care, so you can attract more of those opportunities. So start with the research, figure out your skills, figure out the people, and figure out your promotion plan to start attracting those opportunities inbound to you.
And you know what, that is so spot on, Deidre, because one of the things I just had job search coaching with a client the other day, because they were like, well, what is job search coaching? I said, I'm going to teach you how to not just get online and take your resume that I created for you and just apply to any and everything. There's a strategy behind it, and there's a reason why. So we went through it was very specific to her and her niche. And one of the things that she has transferable skills coming from the education world over to becoming a project manager or program manager, because she did all of that work inside the educational system. So we pivoted her to that area. I said, do you know, while you're looking, and because she said, well, I'm going to go back to substitute teaching until I land something. I said, okay, not that I'm going to tell you not to do that. I said, but don't you know that there are small businesses who would pay you to do project management for them as your gap job until you get there and you continue building your skills? She hadn't thought about that. So I went out and I showed her some different ways of doing that, and also building her thought leadership in different ways as well, because I don't want her to get sucked back into the education world that she don't want to be in. I said, you have to think outside of that. She said, I never would have thought about that. I said, no, because we go back to what we're comfortable with. And that's why it's valuable to invest in other thought partners like yourself to be able to help bring that out. And that's what I want people to understand. It's more than just the dollar figure. What can you get? Or what are you looking to get out of that? So I love that you actually said that.
Yeah. And I think that's the most value, because any people, what do I get from, I honestly, be humbly say, I make $1 million ideas. I'm really good at identifying.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I just say I'm really good at figuring oh, snap. Okay, based on that, market this program, sell this.
Yep, you did it for me.
Just figuring it out. It just happens for me. And so it's I mean, people are I never thought about this way. That's exactly why I'm here, to push across the limit so that you can think about it in new ways, to open your horizon, open your opportunities. If I'm not getting you thinking, there's a problem.
Yep, exactly. I love that. So spot on. So let's talk about resources. What are some of the best resources that helped you along the way that you said, I have to use this, and this in my business, or doing what I'm doing with my clients, whatever? What resources help you?
Yeah, everybody, especially as a solopreneur, you can't do it alone, or you need some help, you need some tools. So I would say a calendar management system, whether you're going to use Acuity or use Candidly, that saves time. As someone who's a power networker, going the back and forth, I just can't do that. I don't play those games. So having that has saved time. Obviously, also having my own website. There's different ways to do it. I like Squarespace. I've had that from the get-go. As a professional, I use my name. I have Bluehost for domains. I've used that. So if you want to buy them, great place to buy it. So you can get your name. I suggest every professional buy their name as a domain. So was it, janedoe.com, buy it. Because even if you don't have a website, you want to make sure no one gets it. Because I would say, worst case scenario, have somebody use a porn star, let's say, or whatever, with your name. People go to your name.com, they might find something different than you. And I know that seems extreme, but you just want to get your name as a domain. Additionally, I like different tools. It depends on let's say your business model. But if you're a solopreneur who does a lot of one-on-one coaching, I know Dubsado is really good for that. I like Coach Accountable personally for helping manage my client systems. There's so many different tools. Obviously, YouTube, I know it sounds crazy, but when I can learn something that's random, that's not something I'll go to a coach for. For example, if I want to learn a different video editing technique, I'll go there. Versus if I want to learn video marketing, I'll go to a coach. But these type of things are there on YouTube. So definitely leverage that. Podcast, whether you want to get information or source speakers for podcasts or shows like this, go on the podcast, seeing who spoke in the past and who on certain topics. That's a way to go. But there's so many different tools. I think the key thing is figure out what's going to work for you and stick with that. I also love Canva. Canva is the best for
my daughter just discovered Canva and she loves it. She said, I went on ahead and upgraded. I said, isn't that camera cool?
Canva's good.
So she has her little business. She's trying to start off. She's doing some pro bono work to build up her little portfolio, but she is in love with Canva.
Go ahead, girl. StreamYard. I love StreamYard. This is really good for live streaming. And for people who, I find for me, I am better with doing live videos or videos in general than doing graphic. Like I need help with that. I'm just not visually gifted. So I said, anyone who's a speaker like you, definitely leverage live streaming. It's a great way to grow your audience, grow your thought leadership, grow your brand. And then lastly, I would say like the, for business, if you want professional stuff, I like Google's Workspace. So if you have your domain with your website, so, deidrewright.com, I can have it where my email is at, hello@deidrewright.com, and it goes through Gmail, and that's how I do stuff. So it's so many different resources. I think the key thing is figure out what do you need, and don't get so crazy buying all these gadgets that you keep on being billed every month. You're not using them. It's not profitable for your business. Figure out the least amount of things you need to be profitable for your business.
Exactly, because I know I'm an AppSumo the person. Oh my gosh, Deidre, do you know my bookkeeper had to tell me, she put me on punishment. She said, don't buy any more AppSumo because you're spending a lot of money on AppSumo, because I love all the gadgets and everything, and I keep saving them for the rainy days. I said, okay, I won't do it. So I've been on punishment.
They have to do like Niches. Niches is a really good product. I got an AppSumo, and so it helps you with artificial intelligence. Use artificial intelligence to write. So whether you want to write an article or a social media post, or even like map out a course, if you want to do an online course, they'll give you a format for that, or a script for you doing videos on YouTube. Like get you all the niches. So that's a good one. It has like niches, like 3 or 4 S's. And then I would also just say, what was I going to say? Like obviously Zoom is a classic one. I think a lot of people overthink things, but if you want a course or make something like that, of course, something on Zoom, download that. That could be extracted for a podcast or a video. And I could I was thinking with Hello Audio. Hello Audio is another good podcast platform. I use it for my private podcast, which is My Brain podcast. And so for there, it's like literally I have people get access to Pick My Brain through my podcast, and that's how they get it. So if you want tools to have a podcast, Hello Audio is amazing.
Okay, great. Thank you, Precious. I received it. Thank you, because I need that me time, girl. Thank you so much for supporting me. And here I was just talking about my client. What's up, Crystal? Yep. I said, girl, you can do that. Go on here. You can do that. People will hire you. Small businesses will hire you to do this. So there's, like you said, there's other ways to skin a cat. So Crystal's like, yes. I know. And I love her profile picture. I keep telling her I love her profile picture. I said, I'm gonna be sitting in everybody saying, that's right. She got it like, yo, I'm here. I'm ready to roll. Like go ahead, Crystal. Go ahead, girl.
I don't even know you, Crystal, but I want to be your friend now.
Yeah, exactly. Crystal is awesome. Oh, this is awesome. I love all of those tools and everything, but I did have to put myself on punishment. I'm going to look at the niches one because I really want to look at that. But oh my gosh, girl. But being able to really have help, that really does make us allow us to do business efficiently instead of doing it, the old way. Oh gosh.
Bookkeeping, my last little plug. Bench bookkeeping, they literally can help you with your monthly bookkeeping as well as help you with file your taxes. So I just think, so that's something else
I've seen them on like advertising on Instagram and stuff. Okay,
yeah. So I know it's nerdy, but like these are the things that you need help with at a certain point.
I love it. Now tell me about some of your influential people who have influenced you. Give me 2 people that have influenced you and why.
As corny as it sounds, my parents. So they influenced me in different ways. They're both amazing. I mean, they're both amazing people. But I will say my mom taught me corporate game, basically how to dream big and aspire to have a lot and have a big, juicy life in corporate, because I've seen her do power moves and reach different heights of her career. And she retired and went back to working, and she's still working. So just to see that the impact that she's recognized as a figure in her industry and respected for the work in the way that she treated people, as well as the talent she's raised. She was a senior VP board level, board level kind of risk manager in her career. And so seeing that she's now groomed other risk managers who are number 1 in their fields is awesome. And then my dad, he has a gift of the gab. He can build rapport with anybody. And so having the skills of building rapport, obviously she does is like amazing. He's a great storyteller, really in his language and his bilanguage. He makes everyone feel important. Even strangers, like, we'll go to the grocery store. I can't go to the grocery store with him because he'll meet a new friend, or even like,
that's what they say about me. They're like, oh gosh, here we go.
People are always giving him gifts. Like, I mean, at the school would help my son would pick up whatever, and I picked my son one day. It's like, oh, we got these things from your dad. Like, he got a Lakers jersey and some $100 gift card to go to eat, and I'm like, what are you doing, these people? And it's like, I'm just being myself. So really, my mom teaching me how to have the fortitude of how to drive my career, and my dad teaching me how to make people feel important in my presence has really influenced me.
I love that. Kudos to your parents. And already Precious said that your mom is awesome. I need to probably meet her. So we got to connect somehow and meet her. So I love that. And I am just so excited about it. Look what Crystal just posted. I delivered your stuff maybe 3 weeks ago. Crystal wiped out her LinkedIn. She did the I Elevate, the highest package. We did everything, and all the job search coaching, everything. She had already applied, and she got. Oh, you got to call me because I'm about to lose my mind. I'm so excited. So see y'all, she already got a job, and that's the return on investment. That is a return on investment. She made the investment in herself and said, I need to do that. And then, oh my gosh, she's already got a job, y'all. She just started putting out her resume 2 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago. That's it. Look, she said, yes. Oh, Crystal, I'm having a fit over here. Yes, you got to call me later. I'm celebrating.
Like, first of all, was that staged? Because I'm like, that miracle happened right
No,
here.
I was just when you were talking about your parents, I was like, what? I'm like just so outdone. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. So Elaine said, congratulations. And then she said, oh, she got it on Monday. OMG. Oh, and look, Karen said, that's what I'm talking about.
So Nickquolette, one more time. What is the power of investing in yourself? What is the power again?
The return on your investment, boo. You would get it back, and you would get it back. And then it goes back to when you talk about investing in how it shortens your time. Now, Crystal could have tried to do it on her own. And if I remember correctly, you did try to do it on your own. She could have did it on her own. And then just like, you know what, I'm just going to be sending out stuff. But until we actually got clear on where she wanted to do and lift out her transferable skills, she said, I would have never have put it that way. I said, you just tell me what it is, honey. I got the gift of being able to write it out the way that would resonate to the employers. And that's what it is. It looks like, and look, Karen said, that's God. No coincidence to announce on the show. You so right. And he said, return on your investment. I'm just blown away. I am so, look, she said, I put my resume out last Monday.
Oh, and it's another testimony.
And then she was blessed today.
Wow.
I mean, see y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to get myself together because I'm just like, yes. So she said, yes, but it was time to invest in herself. And now she got I know your husband happy. Everybody happy. We all happy. You got to tell Kim. You got to tell Jerome. All of them.
Your mama and your cousin too.
Yeah, everybody. Yes. I am so excited. Let me see. Somebody just said both of you ladies are great and have helped me in my career path. We need to see who you are, LinkedIn user. I love that. I am just outdone. She said, yep, but it was time for me to invest in somebody else just put something up here too. Oh gosh. Oh, Karen says your parents are radiating through you.
Thank you, Karen.
I mean, you can tell. Oh, Karen, you are so right because she just exudes all of that. And I mean, when me and Tammy had our consultation with her and she was giving of herself, we fell in love with her. We like, we love her. Woman crush.
We had so much fun, and even Precious, and I don't know Precious. It's like, I think that is the value of meeting with like-minded. It's not like-minded. Meeting with complementary people. I think we're all different, have our backgrounds, but finding people really going to push me to be the next level. Like I think about you obviously did really good in corporate as well as with your business. Precious has all the different accolades that she could possibly get. She got so many letters behind her name. I don't know. She's like a dictionary. It's
She is our insurance guru.
Like every letter,
Yes.
I'm like, you got a letters, girl, because you got all of them. And so it just shows you the power of the network. And I would tell anybody, if nothing else, invest in your network. And and don't do that just when you need a job. Like do it because you want to be giving. Find things you're passionate about, plug into the community who actually gonna thrive and love it. It could be related to your job or not related, but just gotta find a community of people that really help support you and love flips you to want to do more with your life.
Oh, that's so powerful. Oh my gosh. And look, Kara says she loves you too. I think everybody fall in love with you, Deidre.
I love you, girl.
Yes. Now tell me, I'm a book lover. So tell me about a favorite book of yours that have helped push you in your career or your business.
So, it's a book. So the book, my favorite book I give to everybody, I recommend to everybody. It was actually two, but one is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. It is amazing. If you haven't read it, it's really good. It was written over 100 years ago. And his wife was like, not while I'm alive. Don't put it out there because it's kind of controversial. It really questions us and what we want out of life. Like, for example, talking about the best thing you could do is invest in a good partner, like a romantic partner, because that can uplift you or not. Talking to question the education systems that we're teaching kids to really critically think and not just memorize things. Teaching us that we have to think about our association with other people, our network, and so it just makes you think about success in a different way and how talking about nicotine, how that's bad for you way before they knew it was bad for you because you don't want addictive habits and how you have to really invest in your health and your wealth and things like that. So to me, it's one of the best books out there. And if you do the audio version, I think they have James Earl Jones as a voice as a devil because it's basically Napoleon Hill saying I'm at this low point in my life and he's I'm going to talk to the devil about what's all the things that he puts out there that blocks our success. And so that's the devil. And so it's interesting whether you believe whatever or not. It's a very interesting book.
Oh, excellent. So yes, we're going to check that out. And Crystal says, thanks for everyone for the congratulations. Yeah, girl, well deserved. You got all that and more. And here's my girl, Tanya. She said, it's time for me to reevaluate. Girl, it is internal. Sometimes we got to go external. And Tanya's real big into wealth, building up wealth. So she's real good about that. I'm glad about it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Tanya, we need to talk. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's see. So if you can step into my shoes, what will you have asked yourself that I didn't get a chance to ask you?
Oh my God. You asked really good questions. And so someone who I like to interview people too. I love it. So it's just good. I guess you can ask me, I don't know, something I'm excited about. What am I excited about right now?
Yeah, what are you excited about right now? And let everybody know.
Yeah, what I'm really excited about right now is obviously to be here and connect with you. And that I have a new private podcast, which is called Pick My Brain. And for everyone who wanted to pick my brain, it's literally teaching you how to build, grow, and monetize your personal brand. So if you're I want to learn on demand, literally go to pickmybrainpodcast.com and you get the resources and it's episodes talking about how to start building a brand, how to leverage LinkedIn, just all the common questions about building personal brand. And I think I wish I had a tool like that when I was coming up so that I can have a free resource to teach me how to build, grow, and monetize my personal brand. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Y'all, thank you so much for being with us. I want to make sure that you all get connected with her. So Deidre, if I was to ask you, what does Iroc mean to you? What does it mean?
I mean, it means that I'm out here rocking. I'm living my glory. I'm leveraging my God-given talents and gifts and message to really be a service to others. It's funny. So I'm about career assessment. So I took the MAP career assessment years ago when I was an insurance broker. I'm I want to change my career. And I did that. And guess what my number one pick was?
What?
My number one job pick was the clergy.
Girl, because you spoke that all up into me. Because you took me on a whole different path. And it was oh my gosh, I would believe that. Because the way that you do it, you evangelize it. In the way that you present the information, I can so see that. Oh,
yeah, I didn't see that. When I saw I'm like, is this thing broken? Because I was like,
I bet you your parents were happy.
That stuff. But I say that because in full circles like that, and then like product demonstrator or MC, it was like, okay, interesting. I see that more. But I see more as I get older and grow is that leveraging my tools to help empower other people. So Iroc really means me leveraging my experience to help empower and uplift other people. So I'm glad I get to rock with you.
Yes, and you do rock, my sister. You do. Now, y'all get on here. Look for a complimentary coaching. Listen to her private podcast at pickmybrainpodcast.com. And if you want to email her at hello@DeidreWright.com. All right. And she will, and of course, connect with her on LinkedIn and all of her social media. She is phenomenal. She'll talk with you, inbox her, what have you, and also take the opportunity to invest in her coaching. I mean, the girl is bad. I mean, she is bad. As you can see, that's why she's on here. Utilize her services, y'all. And if you need the written word, that's what I'm about. I will hook you up. Let's talk about how to get your career branding documents up to par so you can land the job of your dreams and create a career that rocks just like my girl Crystal just did. I am just like blown away, Crystal. I cannot wait to talk to you.
And I can vouch for Nickquolette. I have sent 3
yes.
friends and colleagues her way, all with amazing feedback, right? And so I'm like, they love you. So I'm like, I will keep on sending them your way.
Yes. And I so appreciate that too, because I really love what I do. And I found my niche and I found how I give back and use my skills and leverage it to promote you all. So come on, let's do this. irocresumes.com. Get with Deidre, hello@DeidreWright.com, or go to her website, Deidre.Wright.com, and invest in yourself. It will pay you back. It will pay you back. All right. So let me take a look and see what else I got. All right. So we're going to connect. Any last parting words, Deidre, before we say goodbye to this wonderful audience?
My last word is you are your best investment. If we have said it 1,000 times, invest in yourself, and also you deserve to be in the spotlight. I believe everyone's an expert with an audience waiting for them. So it is selfish to hoard your information. The best empowering thing you can do is share your advice, public speak, mentor people, coach them so that you can pass that on to the next generation.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Deidre. And again, y'all watching Iroc.tv, real careers, real talk, real careers with real results. Go out to YouTube and subscribe and like, and also share with your audience so we can get more people in to see this awesome, hear this awesome information and see this awesome young woman who is doing it, y'all. And if you're interested in being on the show, make sure that you inbox me. If you have a career story that you would like to share, I'm always looking to highlight and honor guests to talk about your career, to say, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is what I have done, because you're helping someone else. Just as Deidre said, don't hold back your gifts and helping someone else. And this platform is just for that. It's not just about me being a talking head. It's about bringing others in to validate this is what you can do as well. So get out of your own way. And I have a potential article that's coming up soon that's called Get Out of Your Own Way. I'm praying that to get published. I'll let you know. So okay, so anyway, so that's going to be coming out soon. And let me see. Yep, it's not Nickquolette for you to move. Oh yeah, that's right. You know what I know, girl. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we gonna talk. See that? Thank you two ladies for blessing us with this work. Oh, Crystal, you're more than welcome. I'm so grateful. Share the broadcast, everyone. I always say share the broadcast, subscribe to the channel. I try to be on here every week, Thursday at 12:15. Now next week, I'll be on next week, but the week that I'm trying to take off for me time, I probably won't, because I need that me time, y'all. But you'll always know when I'm going to be on the broadcast. Thank you all so much. I'm going to go out with my quick little outro video. Thank you, Deidre. It's been a pleasure and a joy. I'm so honored to have you on. Thank you for agreeing to be on as well. We got another comment.
Thank you.
Person say you two did not disappoint. Thank you so much. And Kara said, thank you both. We appreciate all of the comments, all the engagement and everything. You all be blessed until next time. Bye.